Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the tournament. I spoke about this tournament all last week. It finally happened on Friday, and here we are. Sorry I didn't get right to making the video. I unfortunately that didn't work out schedule-wise, but was very happy with the way it went. And without further ado, we're just going to get right into the games. Let's see here. My first game, I was paired about. Okay, so just like to throw something out here first, they messed up like the ratings that we had on the sheet. Like they have print out a paper, and it's got the 4 people you play with. Well, in this tournament, I was actually with a group of 6, because that's the way the math worked out. There was 4 groups of 4 for everybody else, and we were in what is called a small Swiss, and we played still the 3 games to figure out a winner. And I saw that my rating was like 600, and that's my classical rating because I think I've played like 1 game or something. And so long story short, we were paired due to the rating on the paper, which means that who I was paired with had little to nothing to do with like our rapid strength, because a lot of people don't play I feel like classical. So anyways, I was grouped against people. One I know was at least a 1300 in rapid. One I think was probably like a 500 in rapid, and another I have no idea what his strength was, because I've never seen him at the tournaments, but I know that he seemed to play very solidly. He was the guy I played in the last game. So like I said, without further ado, the first game, he opened up with, this is the wrong game. The first game, he opened up with d4. I played knight f6. He plays the queen gambit, so you know, if you've been watching the channel, you know what I'm going to do. I'm playing the Grunfeld. This is a Grunfeld, just the most feld. This is the most normal way that the Grunfeld starts, and he comes here, and I know specifically from games I've played that this is, I think, actually the best move. Yeah, it's a book move, and he takes, and then we just we play like this, and we have this pressure set up on this diagonal to where it's just always going to be a problem, especially after c5. A problem, something to be worried about. Not necessarily a problem unless he lets it be. So I go c5 right away, and if you can see here, he's already making concessions. This actually was considered an inaccuracy. So I take, and here I'm already thinking, and I'm not going to say it quite yet, but there's a tactic looming, and I made this move hoping that, you know, he would take back the right way, and he does that. And you see the eval bar move. That's because of this nice tactic. And of course I pick up the bishop. If he would have taken back with the pawn, it would, you know, change things. He would still, his knight would be here. He would take back with the pawn. If he came back with the bishop, I deemed that my position was still better, because he's kind of like, he doesn't have a lot of room to breathe. So he goes here, and he's setting up the fork here, which would be pretty bad. This lane is open, this file is open, and so I do this to negate that. He decides to fianchetto, and I'm playing like this. I'm just defending. I'm just trying to play solid, get a good position, but also, you know, I'm up a piece, so I can be pretty extra solid. You know, I can play pretty, what's the word for it, whenever you're not being too ambitious, as Fabiano said earlier today. But anyways, so I take back here, make the trade. He comes here, and then I make the trade, winning a pawn. We are now a 6.3, 6.5, 6.6, 7.1. Yeah, it really likes the evaluation here. And we double up, and here actually the moves end. I believe I like came here, and then like 5 moves from here, youngest queen. But And I also stopped notating because I was getting low on time. I'm much, much, much slower whenever I notate, and it's harder to keep focus on the game. I've noticed. For that reason, on the second game, I did not notate because the kid was playing really fast. I had no idea how good he was. I don't. He was a guy who I think was probably like 400 or 500. He hung a lot of. He hung a rook to queen to king skewer. So he hung his queen that way, and I think I checkmated him in like probably less than 20 moves. So that game I was fine that it didn't necessarily get recorded. And then so game 1, game 2. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to even mention the game review on this game. I was ecstatic whenever I seen that I played at 91.2% accuracy. Chess.com says I played like a 2450. That was really cool. And he actually played 83.8. It's not like, you know, he did hang a piece, but other than that, he played pretty solid. And then, so I'm 2 wins. I look at the gentleman who's playing at the same table as me, caddy corner to me, and he also had 2 wins, and seemed like he was very confident in his play. And I looked at the score sheet and I realized, okay, me and him are playing for the title of this quad tournament, or small Swiss, and the money. So we start out e4, the tried and true, and he plays a Sicilian, and I do the Alapin. And I've been playing this a lot lately, and I did miss here. I did see this move right after I did make it. Sorry. Yeah. I should have played it here, and I seen this move right after I went knight to c3, and the engine really likes that. You know, it really thinks I should have played it too, and so that's unfortunate. But he does kind of like, you know, he does kind of get everything back together, even with best engine play on my part. So I don't think I necessarily would have had a crazy winning you know, position just from that move, but it was gonna put me in a better situation. And he comes here, it's begging for this, but I don't play that. I play it on the next move again, just to stop for a little bit. So like on Friday tournaments, I get up at, you know, 5:30 in the morning to go to work, and then it's like by every Thursday, quite frankly, of the week, I am usually pretty beat. So I am absolutely running on fumes by the time this Friday tournament comes around. And so and also this being the first tournament that I had gone to at the chess club for like 3 or 4 months, I was like really jittery, and it just took a big mental toll on me. So by this time in the tournament, I felt like I had little to no intuition, and I was just basically over calculating every single move. Like I was looking at moves 5 different times before I would make them. So I say that to say that my intuition, like there was a lot of times where I'd seen the move right afterwards. There's another move in particular I'll get to in a little bit where well, I'll just explain it later. A castle, and his pawns are doubled now. We go back here. It was important that I go to c4 instead of a4, I do believe. It's, of course, as you see, it was the engine move as well. Didn't like that move. We're going here, and then we take. And then now the F file is open, and he has 2 double pawns. So I feel like I'm a little better. Didn't like that move. Didn't like that move. And then he comes back. It's clear that he's trying to kill this game. Even more so than me. I played the Alabin, so I already was trying to kill it from the get-go, I guess. But I trade here, and then this, it says is a good move, but I definitely should have brought the rook over to try and keep the game going. Unfortunately, that would give up the D, the open file. But so he takes, and then from this point on, it just like was complete. Yeah, this is just what people do when they want to draw. This is the last. This is the last point in the game that I recorded, and basically what happened. Here, I'm gonna go into analysis mode. Can I do this? No. Here, let's go into analysis mode. He did something along the lines of like, I'm just gonna make some moves, like. And then like, like we basically got to where we got to this position exactly, I think. And then like I went here and went here and I went here, I think, and then nobody could move. And it was completely a dead draw. He actually asked me for a draw twice, and I was like, no draw. And then after the second time he asked me for no draw, and I realized that he wasn't gonna mess up, I said, okay, I guess it's a draw. So yeah, then we had a draw, and me and him split the money for first place. So it's a good first tournament back, and I had a lot of fun. If being extremely nervous, is fun. I guess it is. It's invigorating, I guess. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to getting back and playing. Excuse me, against people that have a rapid rating that I'm trying to like surpass, as opposed to not being grouped according to rating, because that kind of a mess up that they had. So hopefully that won't happen next time. But thanks for watching, and if you are looking forward to this, maybe let me know. That would be really cool. I liked doing this. I was very excited to show you my games. So also another little tidbit. Actually, I'm going to tell you later because a lot of people don't watch as far as this point in the video. But I'm going to change maybe the format of games I play. We'll talk about that later. For now, thanks a lot for watching, and have a good night.